Today, we're going on a journey. Think of it as a parable, a story about a seeker trying to find their way in a world where, well, all the old maps are gone. We're asking a big question. When all the old certainties just vanish, how in the world do you find a new way forward?
So, this is where our journey kicks off, in this stark, cold landscape. And notice that phrase, the old sun had set forever. That's not just poetic. It means that traditional source of warmth and direction, of divine guidance, is gone for good. This image really sets up the central problem we're wrestling with today.
And that brings us right to the heart of it, doesn't it? In this new, colder light, without the old sun to guide us, what does it even mean to live a meaningful life? If the external lights go out, how do we learn to ignite our own?
Okay, so to even begin to answer that, we first have to get a handle on what this new world actually feels like. We need to explore this profound crisis of meaning.
Now this phrase, the death of God, is super important to get right. It's not about declaring atheism or anything like that. It's about the collapse of that whole external structure that used to give our lives a ready-made purpose. You know, the authority that told us what was good, what was bad, and why we were here. It's lost its grip, and that leaves this massive vacuum.
And what happens right away? Well, this heavy fog of nihilism just rolls in. Without that guiding sun, people are lost, just wandering around in this valley of meaninglessness. The big scary question becomes, if there's no ultimate purpose handed to us from on high, does anything matter at all?
But, and this is the big twist, this crisis is also this incredible moment of liberation. By finally stepping out from under those ancient shadows of divine authority, humanity is free to create its own values, to light its own fire. The death of the old meaning is actually the birth of an opportunity for a new one.
But you know, this path of creating your own meaning, it's not easy. It's actually filled with traps. Down in the valley, our seeker comes across two very different but equally dangerous poisons that can stop growth dead in its tracks.
Yeah, this slide lays out the two big threats perfectly. On one side, you have the poisoners. Their whole message is, hey, this life, it doesn't matter. Just wait for the next one. And on the other side, you've got the last man. His message is, why bother striving for anything? Just get comfortable. Both of these are a total betrayal of what a human being could be.
So let's dig into these poisoners first. They're the ones who talk about super earthly hopes, telling everyone to just grit their teeth and get through this life to earn a reward somewhere else. This philosophy makes you devalue everything that's real and right in front of you, your body, your passions, this earth.
And this really gets to the core of it. Seeking your reward in some far-off heaven is a poison because it convinces you to neglect the very garden you're standing in right now. It stops you from building that bridge to your own greatness right here, right now. It prevents you from being true to the earth.
All right, so that's one poison. What about the other one? This is the valley of the last man. And it's not a place of pain. It's a place of shallow, easy contentment. These are people who've traded any kind of passion or risk for just being safe and comfortable.
And this is what makes the last man so dangerous. He's so wrapped up in his cozy, mediocre life that he can't even feel contempt for it anymore. He's lost that arrow of longing, that deep-down desire for something more, something greater. And in that comfort, he becomes the grave of human potential.
So, how do you avoid these poisons? Where do you find the strength to keep going? Well, the answer isn't out there somewhere in the valley. It's inside. You have to turn inward and start forging your own path.
I absolutely love this idea. It suggests that all that inner turmoil, that chaos you might feel, it's not a weakness you need to get rid of. Nope, it's the raw material. It's the cosmic dust you need to give birth to something brilliant, a dancing star that is uniquely yours.
And this leads to a concept that might sound a little strange at first, the hour of great contempt. Now hold on, this isn't about self-loathing. It's about looking at yourself, honestly, and recognizing your limitations, and then profoundly refusing to settle for them. That dissatisfaction becomes the engine, the fuel that drives you to overcome who you are now for who you could become. Okay, so let's break down how this actually works. The slide gives us a kind of roadmap. It all starts by embracing that great contempt. From there, you begin the downgoing, which is the really hard work of tearing down old beliefs and values that are holding you back. Only after you've cleared the ground can you start the crossing, that thrilling and dangerous journey of creating yourself. So you go through all this. For what? What's the goal on the other side of that crossing? It's the creation of a new kind of human, a concept called the Superman. And right away, let's be crystal clear. This has absolutely nothing to do with comic book heroes and capes. It's a metaphor for human potential fully realized.
The driving force behind all this is something called the will to power. And again, it's so important we get this right. This is not about a hunger to dominate other people. It's the will to master yourself. It's that creative fire inside that takes all that internal chaos and forges it into a life of purpose and order.
So you see, the Superman becomes the new meaning of the Earth. With the old gods gone, with no purpose handed down from on high, humanity has to create its own. And that purpose, that goal, is to overcome our current state and evolve into something greater, something totally and completely rooted in this world.
And this is where the perspective completely flips, right? You're no longer just a character in a story someone else wrote for you. You become a fellow creator. You become the author, with both the power and the responsibility to shape your own story, to write your own values into the very fabric of your life.
All right, this brings us to the final test, the ultimate challenge of this whole journey. It's a thought experiment, really, designed to see if you can truly love your life and accept your destiny.
So imagine this for a second. A demon appears and tells you that the life you've lived, every single detail, every joy, every heartbreak, every boring Tuesday afternoon, you have to live it all over again, and again, and again, for eternity. No changes.
So the demon looks at you and asks, how does that sound? Would you be crushed by that thought, condemned to repeat all your mistakes forever, or would you actually rejoice at the idea?
The goal here isn't just to passively accept it. It's to be able to look that demon in the eye and say, with every fiber of your being, thus I willed it. It's about looking back at everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and claiming all of it. Not just accepting it happened, but actively willing it, as if it were your own creation all along.
And so, that's where our seeker's journey leaves us, with this powerful image, the pride of the eagle to soar above the smallness of the valley, and the wisdom of the serpent to be true to the earth, to shed old skins and be reborn. It's a call to action, isn't it? To walk forward, not towards some distant heaven, but right here, toward the rising sun of our very own earthly potential.